Ooh, there was a ring to that. But we're back though. Another video, another day, another review. This time, TV shows. We're back on that. Watching TV again. Finished Daredevil, Born Again, Season 2. This season was solid. It was I'm trying to think. I think it was better than Season 1 for sure. Like, Season 1, Born Again, was solid. But I guess because it was like, kind of like a soft reboot. It felt like they were like setting things up. So it felt kind of slowish and sluggish. But when Season 2 dropped, like, that just felt like full pedal to the metal. Balls to the wall, gas. I'm trying to find there's a phrase that's like pedal to the metal using gas. I don't know what that phrase is, unfortunately, but maybe you guys might know. Who cares? The point is, Season 2 was good. I enjoyed it. Things I really liked. Action was good. This story of, like, these vigilantes just mainly being like Daredevil, Karen Page kind of on the run, trying to stop Wilson Fisk and his, like, take over the city. And I kind of like that. Like, that's a really cool idea. Fisk is in office. He's winning right now. Beckley owns the city, has his own militia of his own guards and whatnot. Take control of the city, putting anyone he deems as, like, vigilantes in jail and whatnot. It's dope. And then them also, like, using, like, the lawyer aspect of it, like, Matt's lawyer friends and whatnot, they're a little firm. Them trying to take it to them using, like, trying to free people from these concentration camps practically. Using the law and whatnot to show evidence that Fisk is a bad guy. I like that. It's giving me Netflix version of Daredevil with the balance of being a hero and also being like a lawyer too, and using like the law to put these guys in jail and whatnot, or using the law to get the truth out there. That's really dope, man. I like that a lot. That aspect of the show has always felt like that real aspect of it, like, hey, we're also going to use the law to fight against these bad guys, not just, punch people all the time. That's dope. I always enjoyed the aspect of Daredevil. Another thing I like too, Bullseye. I feel like in this season, this was like his takeaway, like, or no, he was the breakout. No, not even that. He was the star of this season. There we go. I think that makes more sense. Man was putting in work. All of his scenes were dope. Like, that whole diner scene, fantastic, bro. Like, Bullseye, he's a problem, bro. Like, seeing him in action and, like, him being, like, now this, I want to say chaotic neutral in the verse now, for sure. Because, like, in this season, like, he was trying to take out Vanessa, right? To, like, make amends for him killing Foggy. Because what happened was Vanessa paid Bullseye to kill Foggy because Foggy knew something about the port that could expose everything. So she had Bullseye kill him, and then she kind of like manipulated Bullseye to do it, and whatnot. Point is, Bullseye wanted his get back and like to pay amends for killing Foggy. Like, hey, listen, I'm going to kill Vanessa for you. Everything will be even Steven, if you will. So then that occurs, and during the assassination attempt, Fix tries to stop it. But then, like, he shots, like, the trophy that he threw at her. Because, like, Bullseye could throw anything, kill somebody. He was going to, like, a trophy at her. Like a little stone statue to knock her out. Fix breaks it, I can't speak. And that then shards into her. And then later she just dies, So now Fix accepts because he lost her shorty. And so that caused even more problems. So, like, hey, we got to hunt down Daredevil and Karen Page. We got to kill these guys for sure. Because they took away my wife. You know what I mean? So, again, circling back, Bullseye, great character. And then later on, when Fisk needs to take out like the Attorney General, because like she's trying to find a way to kick Fisk out of office for like being like a dictator of New York. Fisk then sends a guy to try to kill her, but then Bullseye saves her in the end because Daredevil's like, hey, if you want to make some amends, say this later here. That will help me out greatly. That happens. So, long story short, just great stuff. Oh, we also got Jessica Jones this season too. That was kind of dope. She was dealing with problems too. She was like kind of like hidden away, trying to avoid New York City. And then some people came after her. Then at that point, she had to hop in, help Matt real quick. Apparently, she has a kid, and that kid's father is Luke Cage. And also, we learned too that Luke Cage was out doing some Black Ops work, apparently. So she's trying to find a way to get Luke back. Luke finally came back, and instead of using Luke, they're going to now use Bullseye instead. That was like the ending of season 2. Was like Bullseye's not going to take Luke's spot for doing like this Black Ops work out of the city or out of the country. I don't know where he was. We don't know yet, so that might be touched upon in season 3, which I think he's confirmed to be in. So he's gonna be in season 3. Same with Jessica Lowell as well. And there are hints of Iron Fist coming back too, bro. And if that's the case, that's going to be gas, bro. Like, small tangent. I thought the Iron Fist show was decent, but Iron Fist as a character was best in the Defenders, or when he was cameoed, or when he guest starred in Luke Cage episodes. Like, that was Iron Fist at his peak right there. It was like when he's in his guest star roles for those TV shows. Like, his main show was okay, and they could have done him a little bit better. But when he was a guest star, bro, that was him at his peak, bro. Like, they really knew how to, like, handle that character. So I feel like now, since they have that blueprint in the back of their head, they can now utilize him fully for Daredevil, bro. Because they did a good job with Jessica Jones. They kind of nerfed her, but I think the nerfing was because she had a kid, so now her powers kind of like out of whack. But she might get better soon. Luke Cage will be coming back. That's gonna be gas. I'm just so excited for season 3. But season 3 is gonna be kind of interesting because Matt Murdock is in jail now. Why, you ask? Because in the season, to officially put Fist away to like get him out of office, he practically said, so if Daredevil was here right now, he can admit to your crimes and whatnot because he's a witness to everything that happened. If it was like, hey, yeah, that is true. So Matt at that point said, hey, I'm Daredevil and I can testify against Fist all the crimes he have done and whatnot. At that point, I was like, oh my God, it's a shocker. That was the nail and coffin for Fisk at that point to leave office. So that was dope. But now Matt's in jail because, you're a vigilante and you're kind of a wanted criminal, so you got to go through trials and whatnot. So that was kind of cool. It was like a double-edged sword. Like, I'm out, I'm taking you out, but I took myself out as well. That was fresh. And so I can't wait to see, like, jail, Matt Murdock, how he's going to, adapt to being in jail. Because when Fist was in jail, it was a pretty cool arc. Like, he kind of took control of the jail cell. Or the jail, or the prison. You know what I mean? He became the kingpin of the prison. There we go. So that was cool. So I'm curious to see how Matt's going to, like, accumulate to jail. Maybe he's going to fight people, maybe not. Who's to say? But I'm excited to see how season 3 is going to play out for sure. Like, a lot of the cool things, a lot of setup for sure. But we got a lot of conclusions as well. Like, this arc of Kingpin being control of New York has ended in a satisfactory way. And I'm curious to see how they are going to move on with the next season. However, after reviewing the show, decent show, I have my nitpicks, and that being, it's like a small nitpick, but like a valid nitpick is, where was Spider-Man throughout all of this? Like, this entire show was set in New York. We got these vigilantes and whatnot. Spider-Man's not mentioned one time. I don't even think he was like even referenced or cameoed or anything. Like, not even like a newspaper or anything about the Spider-Man. It's like Peter Parker has just been gone this entire season. Not mentioned once throughout these 2 seasons. And I feel like, where has he been? And are they going to explain that in Brand New Day? Because Frank Castle was in the first season of Born Again, got captured and escaped. Then they're going to do like a one-off special for Punisher, I think, coming up tomorrow or tonight. I don't remember. But Punisher's in Brand New Day. So I'm like, at that point, he's in New York. Punisher's in New York. Spider-Man's in New York. But like, where was Spider-Man throughout this whole interaction? Because like, when it comes to vigilantes, Spider-Man is, the blueprint vigilante for New York. Like, he is that dude in New York. You know what I mean? So, where has he been? And hopefully they do explain that, or give me like some type of satisfaction. Like, okay, why was Peter Parker not in the show, even mentioned in the show at all? You know what I mean? So I really hope they touch on that on Brand New Day. Maybe he was just too busy focusing on because he's Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man works, even though he's studying and whatnot, he still finds time to save the city. So like, why would he take a break? Because they were running Rampage in New York for like a little bit under Fist's term as mayor. Like, it's been months, I think, since he's been as mayor. So yeah, they need to explain that. That's really like my only real nitpick, was like no cameo or mention of Spider-Man when this show should have had some mention of him, like a little bit, like just a little sprinkle of Spider-Man, just so the viewer could be like, okay, that's why Spider-Man should not here, something like that. But I guess I was just saying that for Brand New Day, or maybe it might be like a licensing issue or whatnot with Sony. I don't know, bro. I don't even know. But yeah, overall, good season. I liked it. Hopefully season 3 is good. Oh! I did have one other complaint, though. So, you remember, it was Wilson's, the Italian dude. Let me transition real quick to find his name. That worked under Fisk. Cass. Daniel. There we go. Daniel Slight MVP of this season. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he was working for the bad guys, but then he like found his light and was like, you know what? I can't, betray my shorty, so I'm not gonna tell her who it is. But at the same time, bro, I think he could have like escaped. I don't like the idea of them killing Daniel. You know what I mean? Especially because, like, yeah, it's his fault for working with the bad guys. But you gave BB1, like, hey, listen, these guys are real trouble. And also, BB knows that these guys are about that business because they killed her uncle, Ben. You know what I mean? That's actually kind of funny. Like, her uncle's name is Uncle Ben. That's actually kind of funny. Point is, they killed your uncle. So you know they're about that action. And Daniel's warning, like, hey, listen, you need to stop with these, posters and whatnot. Means you're going to get in trouble and they know it's you. She did it anyway. Now, at that point, their killer, I think his name was... I don't think the killer's name is Ben. I think it's Dan. Let's just back. Like, who was like the hitman on their squad? Buck. Okay, Buck. Transition back. So yeah, at that point, Buck is on his neck. And it was unfortunate, man. Like, yeah, he was on the wrong side, but him dying especially like he was having that arc of like, okay, I'm kind of on the bad team, like something, bro. It's unfortunate. And then what got me even more upset too, because like she then exposed herself and be like, hey, listen, I'm the one spreading the Wilson Fisk hate propaganda, not propaganda, but hate videos and whatnot. That's kind of like, if you watch iRobot, it was kind of like that Miss F Society. It was kind of like F Society videos. If you watch iRobot, kind of like that aesthetic. She didn't expose herself saying like, hey, I made all these videos. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you risked your life. I'm trying to find my words. Daniel risked his life to make sure you stayed safe, and then you immediately expose yourself that night of. I mean, that's really brave. But now they know 110% who you are, and they're going to probably find because, that's what Buck does. Now, she lucked out, you know what I mean, because Fisk lost. All of his assets are frozen. At that point, Buck is no longer working for Fisk. He has no reason to pursue her. But if that didn't happen, and they didn't win that battle, that big battle in the end, they'll be like, oh, you were sharp on your back and you've been dead. You know what I mean? It's just her posting that video last minute. I feel like really, well, it kind of inspired people to like put on their Daredevil mask and like, raid the Capitol, I guess. So I guess it worked out. I guess that was that fire like that made her really want to do it. So yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Other cool things, Heather being Muse now, like having that PTSD like kind of like messed her up really bad. So now she's like, her putting on the Muse mask makes her feel like herself now. That's what was showing me. Is like she put on the Muse mask. She looked in the mirror. She just saw herself. So now her being Muse makes her feel like herself again. I don't know, bro. We'll see how that storyline plays out. But overall, good season, bro. I enjoyed it. This is like a solid 8.5 for sure. 8.5 out of 10. I'll give it that. But that's it for this quick review. Just wanted to yap real quick about Daredevil. And yeah, that's it. Like and subscribe. Please. Beautiful. Alright, until next time. You guys be easy, okay?